Hello everyone, I'm trapped in a locker, so let's complete another challenge for Bloons Tower Defense 6. Today we'll be beating CHIMPS mode with just helicopters and Sada. Here are the rules on screen if you want to pause and take a look at them. And with all that said, let's start by saying this challenge was actually not as hard as I thought it was going to be, at least in the early to mid game. Uh, Helicopters are pretty expensive, but unlike snipers, they actually kind of warrant their high price because they are extremely powerful. The only real issue was the late 90s, because while they are extremely powerful, so are the late 90s. So we'll just hop back in later and explain more as we go. Alright, so we get our first heli pilot on round 14, which is not bad. I mean, it's a almost 2 grand tower, so you're not going to get it very early. What is kind of annoying is the micro you have to do, because helicopters don't have a follow option outside of pursuit, which won't really help too much in this challenge if I don't have camo detection. So the only thing that's going to have pursuit will be our Apache Prime, who will actually be the first tier 5 that we're going to want to get, because in order to get past the 90s, we need the Apache Prime to actually deal damage to the DDTs. I thought the early game leads would probably be more of a problem than they actually were, because the upgrade to pop leads is surprisingly cheap on the helicopter. So it's not like the Super Monkey where you can't get the upgrade in time and you kind of need an extra tower to deal with it. Alright, that helicopter pilot that I just bought is going to be our backdraft, and you want him far enough away from the main line of the track that he doesn't hit the balloons as they're coming down, but also close enough to the back where he can stop any potential leaks. So it's kind of a delicate balance to figure out where you have to place him. So I used Sada's ability right there because I was worried I was not going to get all the leads in time, and we'd have to worry about the helicopter chasing down everything else.
Get ready! Moab! Leaping sword!
Alright, once again we handle round 40 pretty well, and now the only difficult round in between us and the 90s is 63, which, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't exactly have a plan for in this because there's not much you can do to make that better with helicopters, outside of just getting the Apache Dart ship. So, I guess that's just what the plan is then. Alright, so we have the Apache Dart ship, which is good because as you guys saw, we were starting to fall behind a little bit. This will definitely take care of that problem, but not the way I would like it to, because it's still only a tier 4, not the tier 5. But we will be shooting for the tier 5 now, because we need to get that before we get to the 90s, otherwise we're not going to have any real DDT popping power. Also, as a side note, I think it's really cool that the helicopter pads change into a different color when you get the tier 4, because that's just a really neat little aesthetic thing.
Big, red, and slicey!
Alright, and with that, round 63 is out of the way. All we need to do is just save up to get the Apache Prime, which will take a while. We have about 30,000 to go. It's a very expensive tower.
Big, red, and slicey!
Remember how I said that Apaches were, or the helicopters were justified in their high prices? Yeah, this is why. You just saw it go about a quarter of the track covered in an instant from its sheer damage output.
Get that ZOMG! Even better. Get that ZOMG! Cool! Ready to slice. Clean cuts and still cuts a tomato. Clean cuts and still cuts a tomato. Assad, Jabari. DDT! I've got this! Good choice. Assad, Jabari. Clean cuts and still cuts a tomato.
So I opted for the Comanche Commander because I wanted that extra bit of DPS and also the extra knockback for the smaller Comanches as well. I don't think there is enough money in Chimps mode to get all 3 tier 5s for the helicopter, but I definitely do try I just don't think the marine ability would have too much power overall compared to the Comanche Commander, simply because it is an ability that relies on, a cooldown and everything.
Clean cuts and still cuts a tomato.
So if you're watching this video and you're wondering why we're at round 95 with a little over 10 minutes left of the video, it's because these next 5 rounds are probably the most annoying and frustrating rounds I have had to go through in this game. So I had to micro the Comanche Commander to get it to try and knock back as many DDTs as I could. And as you guys could see in the previous attempt, it was not working very well.
Get ready! Moab! 아싸! 지렸다리! Oh, I could have popped that.
So I opted to get another Moab shove and hope that both of them would be enough, as well as some pretty heavy micromanaging to actually hold off the DDTs.
Get ready! Moab! Clean cuts and still cuts a tomato. Oh, I could have popped that.
That is death number 3.
Get ready! Moab! Clean cuts and still cuts a tomato.
Alright, that one was just me not being smart. I was being an idiot trying to see if I can get another Moab shove before it actually started.
Hey!
Maybe some better microing from someone who actually was good at microing wouldn't have had to buy a level in Sada. Unfortunately, microing is not my strong suit in this game, though.
Plain cuts and still cuts a tomato.
You saw it here first, folks. Helicopters completely solo round 98 with ease. But unfortunately, I cannot say the same thing with round 99. Because as you can tell by the timestamp, I still have about 3 minutes left in this video, and at least a couple more deaths before that. So you can already tell where I'm going to die to, because I'm struggling so hard to keep the fortified DDTs back. And that is death number 5. I've died a lot in this run.
Get ready! Moab! DDT! Sleeping sword! Massage! Yotari! Oh, I could've popped that!
That is death number 6.
Get ready! Moab! DDT! I got this!
That was death number 7.
Get ready! Moab! DDT! I got this! Sleeping sword! And still cuts a tomato. Cool!
Alright, so that was the run. It was extremely difficult in the 90s. Helicopters are pretty strong overall, but they are definitely not suited for challenges like this, as the last about, 15 minutes have shown. They struggle pretty hard in the 90s if they don't have buffs or anything to go off of. In terms of optimization, maybe a little bit of better micromanaging could have gotten you all 3 tier 5s. and maybe using or getting the Marine ability instead of the Comanche Commander would have helped out much better in 95, but I'm not 100% sure if the Marine actually pops lead on its own. They might have taken that away at this point. So yeah, that's it. We just need to watch as the bad gets shredded. The next one is the Ace, I think. And then after that, I'm pretty sure it's Dartling, and then we move on to the Magic Monkeys. So stay tuned if you guys want to watch that, and I will see you guys then.